The apothecary shop that closes its shutters slowly is hiding something no pharmacy chain will ever admit. Tonight, we drift back through the years to a small harbor town, to a shop that smelled of dried mint and beeswax. There, the day did not end with a bell or with any clock at all. It ended with wood, one shutter, then another, lowered by hand in an order the whole village knew by heart. And the secret the old apothecary kept was not a medicine hidden on a high shelf. It was something far gentler than that. So let your shoulders sink into the mattress. Let the pillow take the full weight of your head. There is nothing here you need to solve before we begin. Just breathe, slow and easy, and let the town gather quietly around you in the dark. Picture the shop from the inside now. Long wooden counter, worn smooth in the middle where 1,000 hands had rested. Shelves climbing the walls, packed with glass jars, each one holding something dried or ground or gently sleeping in oil. The floor was old pine, and it knew every footstep by weight. Outside, the light was already turning from gold to a soft gray blue. Inside, a single oil lamp waited, unlit, on the corner of the counter. You can feel the room breathing slower now, the way a house does when evening comes. Let your own breath find that same slowness. In, without effort. Out, a little longer than before. The town is closing, and you are closing with it. And that is exactly as it should be. The apothecary was an old man, though no one in the town could say quite how old. You would have seen him mostly as a shape against the window, moving without hurry. A tall silhouette, a little bent at the shoulders, an apron tied twice around his waist. He had run this shop for 50 years, and in 50 years he had never once rushed the ending of a day. When the light began to fade, he did not reach for a clock. He looked out at the street, at the long shadows of the chimney stretching toward the water, and he simply knew it was time. His work was almost done, and so slowly he began the last quiet task of his day. First, he tended the counter. He set the scales back to zero, letting the little brass pans swing to a stop. He capped the jars he had opened that day, pressing each cork down with a soft wooden knock. Chamomile, dried lavender, a dark honey that caught the last of the light like amber. He wiped the counter once, from the far end toward himself, gathering the day's fine dust into one small line. Nothing here was urgent. Nothing needed to be finished tonight that could not wait for morning. And that, he had learned long ago, was the whole art of it. To do each small thing fully, and then to let it go. You can feel that, too, from where you lie. The day's little tasks, capped and set down, one by one. Then he moved to the front of the shop, where the tall shutters waited. There were 5 of them, folding panels of dark oak, hung on hinges that had been oiled so many times they no longer complained. Beyond the glass, the harbor had gone the deep blue of early night, the water flat and cold, a single fishing boat drifting home with its lantern lit. Somewhere a dog settled onto a doorstep. A window across the square went dark. The apothecary rested one hand on the first shutter and paused. He was never in a hurry here. This was the part of the day he loved most, and he had no wish to spend it quickly. Let the whole town lean in and wait with him. Let yourself wait too, calm and unhurried, in no rush to arrive anywhere. Here is the thing the town understood, and strangers never did. The apothecary did not close the shutters in any order that made sense for wood or hinges. He closed them from the inside outward, in a sequence he never changed. And he timed it, without a clock, without counting, so that the very last blade of daylight would always fall on one shelf. One jar, the pale one, cloudy green glass, holding the dried valerian root he ground for those who could not rest. When that last light touched that jar, the day was truly over. Not before. The whole village had learned to read it. No bells, no numbers, no hands on a face, just a man, and the sun, and the slow lowering of 5 wooden panels. This was how a town told itself when to sleep. Watch how the light moved. As the first shutter came down, the beam narrowed to a single warm stripe across the floorboards. The second shutter folded, and the stripe climbed the counter, sliding over the brass, over the corked jars, slow as honey pouring. By the third, it had reached the lower shelf. By the fourth, it thinned to a ribbon, then to a thread, gold turning to rose. And with the fifth panel, that thread of light gathered itself and settled, soft and final, on the valerian jar. Just for a breath. Then it was gone, and the lamp took over, and the room glowed amber from within. There was no drama in it, only a slow, certain handing over, from day to night, done the same gentle way it had been done 10,000 evenings before. Out in the square, the town was already answering. This was long before public clocks, before a tower with a face for everyone to share. A fisherman mending nets on the quay glanced up, saw the third shutter fall, and knew he had time for one more knot. No more. A mother in a doorway saw the fourth and called her children in from the cold cobbles. The baker banked his oven. The tavern keeper lit his first candle. One by one, the windows of the town warmed, then dimmed, following the shop the way a tide follows the moon. No one was told. No one was ordered. They simply lived by the same slow light and found a strange comfort in ending the day together as one household spread across many roofs. Back inside, the apothecary let the lamp burn low. He did not read. He did not tally his coins or worry over tomorrow's orders. He sat on his stool by the counter and let the quiet come. He had a small habit, an old one, that no customer ever saw. Each night before the lamp went out, he thought back over the day, gently without blame, what he had done well, what he might do more kindly next time. And then he set it all down. The whole day, like a jar returned to its shelf. Seneca, an old Roman who had never seen this town, once wrote that we should hold each day to account before we sleep. The apothecary knew nothing of Seneca. He only knew the day felt lighter once he had looked at it and let it go. Outside, the fog was rolling in off the water now, the way it did most nights in that town. It came slow and pale over the harbor wall, softening the edges of everything, wrapping the boats and the lamps in gray wool. Sounds grew rounder and further away, the lap of the tide against the pilings, a rope creaking somewhere, a last goal, then quiet. The cold blue of the sea and the warm gold of the town blurred together at the edges until you could no longer say where one ended. This is the hour the apothecary had spent his whole life protecting. Not the selling, not the mixing. This, the slow, shared settling of a whole place into rest. You are inside that fog now too. Let it fold gently over you. The apothecary reached for the lamp. He did not blow it out all at once. He turned the little brass wheel, slow, so the flame sank by degrees from gold to a low ember orange, to the faintest blue thread along the wick. The jars became shapes. The shapes became shadows. The valerian on its shelf faded last, a pale ghost in the dark, still holding, somehow, the memory of that final beam. His logbook lay closed on the counter, the day's small entries already dry. Nothing left undone, nothing left to fear. Just a warm room going quietly dark, and an old man who had made peace long ago with the fact that every day must end, and that ending it well is a kind of gift you give yourself. From high above the town, you could have seen it whole. The harbor curved like a dark hand around the still water. The rooftops wet and shining faintly under a thin moon. And there, going dark last of all, the little apothecary shop, its 5 shutters closed, its lamp finally out. Around it, every window already dim. The whole village breathing as one, In the slow rhythm, one old man set each evening with wood and light. There was no clock in that town for years. There didn't need to be. The town slept because one man closed his shop slowly. That was the secret. Not a medicine, not a spell. A ritual of endings offered quietly, night after night, to everyone who cared to look up and read it. So the shutters are down now. The lamp is out. The Valerian rests in its cloudy glass, and the fog holds the harbor gently till morning. The town is asleep, and you can be too. Nothing here closes fast. Everything closes slowly, and then it is done.